Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Nandini Kumar from the Modern School ECNCR, and today we have here with us Dr. Ruth Mitchell. She is the Nobel Prize winner and also a great neurosurgeon. So, ma'am, I have a few questions I would like to ask you.
Certainly.
The first question I have for you is, even though you are a neurosurgeon, what promoted you to work for our climate? Like, what promoted you, what triggered you to work for the benefit of our climate?
Well, I think that when I started my journey in medical school, I realized that if we want to look after people's health, we have to do more than just look after one body at a time.
Yes, ma'am.
And so for me, that has taken many forms, advocating for better conditions for medical students and for junior doctors, but also advocating for things that will protect our planet.
Yeah.
And for me, the biggest part of that has been advocating for a world that's free of nuclear weapons. And so for me, that has been an extension of my desire to look after my patients. It's all very well learning how to do a careful operation on a baby or a child to help them with some problem in their brain or in their spine. You can be the best neurosurgeon in the world, but if you don't do advocacy work, if you don't think about the big picture, then you're never going to have an impact of more than one person at a time.
True that. My second question for you is that because you're here for the climatic cause, so how does climate affect our how does climate affect the neurological health of a person, in your opinion?
Well, I think that it's increasingly the case that we're seeing people, where I live in Australia, we're having hotter and hotter summers. And what you can see is that particularly the elderly or people who have other health problems and the very young are vulnerable to heat stroke.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of problems that are accompanied with dehydration and overheating. And so, I mean, I'm worried about the impact of the climate on the whole body.
Yeah.
But certainly you see that people become lightheaded and then they can't think clearly. And, you know, if they're doing something like driving, that can be deadly for them and for others.
True.
So the consequences of a rapidly warming climate are quite far-reaching.
We are really blessed by a gracious presence here, ma'am. And this is quite the last question, that if you would like to leave any message for the youth watching, it would be great.
Well, I think what I want the youth to know is that I don't think you're the future, I think you're the present. I think you're already doing important work. I think you already make a massive contribution and you are already setting the agenda. So I want to empower you to keep doing what you're doing, to find each other, to work together, and to find people who can be good mentors to you. But you're not looking for, grown-ups to tell you what to do.
Yes,
you're looking
ma'am.
for wisdom and energy and guidance. But you already know what is needed. And so I want to encourage you to trust your judgment, trust your gut, and to be bold in making a change in this world.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for blessing us with your wisdom. Thank you.